Now in this video we'll see about control break statement in SAP ABAP. Control break statements are used in internal table, between loop and end loop. In case of control break statement, a piece of code is executed when a specific condition is identified by the system. The control break statements are, first one we'll see at first. So every at must end with a end at statement, and we have to write our piece of code in between the at and end at. So what is at first? This block is executed at the first iteration of the loop, means at the first time loop is executing the first record. When the side int is equal to 1, the at first is executed, and at last it is opposite of at first. This block gets executed when the last record of loop is getting processed. At new, and after space we have to give field name. This means that we want system to identify a new value for the given field, and when system identify the new value for the field mentioned here, this block of code is executed. And similarly at end of the field, that is this block will be executed at the end of this field. So take example here. Let's say I have multiple purchase order number here. For all I have 4 line items. This is ending with 1, line item 10, 20, 30 and 40. These are the line item of PO. For the PO number 9, again 10, 20, 30, 40, and same for 11. Now if I mention as at new EBALN, so this piece of code will get executed for every PO number when the line item is 10, and at end of EBALN, this block will execute it when system will reach the last line item. So in this scenario, for all my last line item is 40. So in this case, in this way, the control break statement works. Now we'll see by creating a program in SE38. So go to SE38, give the program name as ZUD underscore control break. Syntax, click on create, put the value as control break syntax, execute program, save, local object. So I'm giving a demo of same concept, that is a purchase order line items. So here I want a selection parameter with select options. So for select options, first we have to declare a table. Let's say EKPO, and here I am mentioning my select options as s underscore EBALN. This will be the variable for EKPO EBALN. Let's say start of selection and end of selection. In between this I will write my code. Activate. In real time generally we don't write directly like this, but as my focus is only to show this part, that is control break, so I'm writing the code like this. Go to text element, selection text, here select the dictionary text, that is the purchasing document. Activate, go back. So let me declare one internal table here, data gt underscore EBALN, type standard table of EBALN, let's say gs underscore EBALN. This is the work area, type EBALN. We can also make use of new ABAP syntax, but this time I'm showing the purely old concepts. Now select some record from the database, select all from EKPO into corresponding fields of table gt underscore EKPO, where EBALN, that is a purchase order number, in s underscore EB ELN. In the previous section for arithmetic operation, I used the parameter. So if you have parameter here, then we have to use the equal to sign here, because it is single value. When we have select option, it is multiple value, then we have to use in operator. Activate. Okay, let me check. Select all from EKPO into corresponding fields of table GT underscore EKPO where EBELN in. Let me check the error. The field GT EKPO is unknown. Oh, I'm mentioning EBELN, sorry. It is GT underscore EKPO. Type is standard table of EKPO. I wrongly typed the table name. This is the EKPO. Now there should not be any syntax error. No, okay. So now first, as my requirement is, I want to sort on the basis of purchase order number at new. So first sort the table by EBELN and EBELP in the ascending order. So sort the GT underscore EKPO by EBELN and EBELP. So the two key field inside the EKPO table. If you want to see the key field, just double click on EKPO. So you can see the first two fields are primary key, EBELN and EBELP. Here is the key indicator. Now we'll make the loop at GT underscore EKPO into GS underscore EKPO and loop. So what I want to do, when of the first at the first record, that is the at first, I will write the heading as PO number, line item number, MATNA description and quantity, and at new EBELN I'll just write a new PO. Then in middle we'll type all the values, and at the end of the EBELN we have to print sum of that purchase order number, purchase order value. Okay, this is the requirement. So very first line is at first, and simply write our write statement. Here we have to write at end at. Okay, every at statement should end with at end. Here I will write as write. First is, let's say, the PO number. Second, at the line number 15, I want to type as, let's say, item number, and then at 30 I want to type material code, and then after 20 from this, that is line number 50, I want to type description, and let's say after that I want to print the net WR, that is the net purchase order number value. So let's print that at line number at 90. I want to print as net value. Okay, so when the loop will get executed at the very first record, this will get executed. Now my second requirement is at new EBELN, I simply want to write just a new PO, and at, I don't want to do anything here, and I'll just write as, let's say, new PO, and let's give some color here. That is the color as a 5. And now here I will write my values. We'll copy this as it is. So I want to print value from a purchase order table, that is EKPO table. So here I want to print at line number 2, that is the PO number. So my record will be in this work area. So I will print here as GS underscore EKPO EBELN, and in second I have GS underscore EKPO EBELP. There is a second record for my table, and I want to print material code, description and net value. So let's have a look again at table. Double click EKPO. So here this is the purchase order number, this is the line item. Here we have MATNR, that is the material number. Then we have TXZ01, that is the material description, and I want to print the net WR. I am printing directly net WR. Here we have net WR, that is the order net value. So those fields from this table I want to print. So let's have a look at here how that looks. The PO number, ABLP, material code. Okay, let me take some material ID. So okay, I have to select some other PO. Let's say equal to 40. Oh, okay, in runtime I will give some PO number where the material will be there, and this is a description, and along with that I will print here the net WR. This value I will print. Okay, let's go back. Here the next I want to print as the material code, that is MATNR. So GS underscore EKPO, that is the MATNR, and my description is GS underscore EKPO TXZ control process space. If you don't know the complete field name, double click here, and the last value I want to print as a net WR, that is GS underscore EKPO net WR. Check the syntax, no error. Okay, so at new EBLN, system will just print the new PO, and what I want at the end of the purchase order number means at this record, when this purchase order number is going to end at line 40, I want to print the sum of all those values for every PO. So for that, here I will write as at end of, that is EBELN. First write end at. Now to add the values of this particular fields, there is a syntax of arithmetic operation that is called as sum. Just write sum. So when we write sum, what system will do? System will do sum of all the numeric values. Like here, if you have the net WR, it will sum all the value of net WR and any other field like mange, quantity, etc. So we just have to use sum. Then the sum of all the value of this numeric field will come inside the field of this work area. Okay, so now I want to print, let's say, right, total value of PO, color as 3, and this I want to print at line number 50. At line number 50 I will print this total PA value, and I want to print the net WR, that is GS underscore EKPO net WR. Okay, so this will be my end of the code. Save. Okay, so like this we'll print the purchase order number line by line. At the end we'll sum the values of that purchase order number. Now this end of EBLN, system will print, this will execute it whenever the first PO will end, the second PO will end, third PO will end, like this. For all the PO, this piece of code is executed and it will print the value of purchase order number. Now at the last record, I want to print the sum of total value of all the purchase order number with items inside this table. So here, as we use at first, similarly here we have to use at last. At last. Here write end at. Use the same concept, that is sum. Total value of all PO let's say color 7 and the same field, and add some blank line here. At last, let's say skip 2 and give a U line here, that is vertical line. Also, after every new PO, give a vertical line, and before writing the sum, also here give a vertical line, horizontal line, sorry. At all place, give the horizontal line. Okay. So now I will select some purchase order number from my table. So I already have some variant. I will copy from that only. I have some variant here. Let me copy those PO number so it will be easy to demonstrate. Execute. Paste the value here. Execute. So now you can see this is the first. At first, this is printed only one time, and whenever there is a new PO, we can see a new PO is printed in the green color, and all the purchase order number. Here for this material, I have the same description, just same material code and different description. And at the end of this purchase order number, system printing total sum of the purchase order numbers. This is the first one. This is for the second one. You can see the different material code here. The total value, that is sum of all this material. This is third PO, and at the end of third PO, you can say 27,300, which is sum of 1, 2, 3, and 4. And at the final, at the last, we can see total value of all PO is 3,34,951.41. So like this, by using a simple concept control statement, we can, in a short time, we can make a beautiful report of printing the purchase order sum at the PO level and as well as at the overall level. So in this way, we can use the control break statement. There is one more statement that is called as the on change off, but that we cannot. The advantage of on change off is like that can be used in any kind of loop, like all those at first, at last, at new, and at end of. We can use only loop and end loop, but on change off we can even use in other loop like do and while. Okay, so this is absolute nowadays. So we work only those control plus statements. So in this way, we're done with the session on control break statement. Thank you.